Since I can't change the fact that bad things happen to me, bad things happen to other people, bad things happen in the world, I can't change those things. I have no control over that. That I've decided to just make those learning experiences for me. My name is Kayla B, the Ethereal Swan, and this channel is all things self-care, lifestyle, and mindset. So if those are your interests, feel free to subscribe and continue watching this video. So something that I really want to get into, and I've seen it happen in a lot of other people's lives, but this is really a very personal thing as well, is the concept of the rainbow after the storm. And the reason why this really means something to me is because this has happened to me so many times in my life where I felt, woe is me, why is this happening to me? But when I look back in hindsight, I realized how many things I had to go through to kind of flush out my life and, eliminate certain things of my life in order to make room for a blessing. So just to share a little bit of a personal story, I'll share two. One of them is, I was going through a lot of things. And I remember praying to God and asking him to remove anything from my life that isn't serving me. And I swear on my life, the minute I prayed that prayer, I think within 3 to 6 months, I lost 4 people back to back in my life. And it was really depressing for me at the time. But then afterwards, I realized how many new people I was receiving into my life who are staple people for me now, and people that have honestly changed my life. And another example is, I'll never forget, I was praying for a new car. I was, making vision boards about getting a new car, and I really wanted one, but I was thinking, maybe it's not the best time. But I was still praying to God, like, I really pray I can get a new car. Like, I really love a new car. And honestly, within months after praying that yet again, the car that I had, the engine just blew. The engine was gone. And I went without a car for a month. That was really stressful because taking the bus when you live in the suburbs is terrible. And then after the engine got fixed, the dealership told me there was also 5 recalls on my car. And they said at that point, it makes more sense to get a new car. And the way all of that happened within, 5-6 days, and boom, I had a brand new car, and it was actually more affordable than the used car that I had. So just looking back, it's really funny how those things worked out. Like, I was really stressed about losing something, losing people, losing my car. I have to take the bus. I had to rearrange my life so much just to make those things work. But then in the end, it was the rainbow after the storm for me. I received something that was 10 times better than what I had in that moment, because I had to eliminate certain things from my life in order to make room for those blessings. And I think majority of the time we need to go through a removal process before we can allow blessings into our lives. So just another example that I want to share, just to put it a little bit more into perspective, is when we're trying to elevate our living space, for example, right? We first start with getting rid of everything in the space that is just taking up space, something that's old, something that we think is useless, something that makes us feel like we're just hoarding stuff, things that don't look good anymore, things that have wear and tear, right? And in that process of getting rid of all those things, a home can look just so chaotic. It's messy. You could be possibly wanting to repaint the walls. There could be paint splatter on the floors, and it looks unorganized, and you feel like you're kind of in disarray in your living space. But slowly, as you start to flush out all those things and start to clean up the space, you're starting to see the vision that's coming through. And once you start bringing in that new furniture, the paint that you're putting on the walls is a brighter color to make it look more homely, to make it look more livable, more comfortable for you. You're starting to see the vision. And finally, when it all comes together and your living space is put together, you're in a whole new mindset. Your mind is open. Your heart feels more love because it's more welcoming. And I definitely think that relates to this type of thing as well. the rainbow after the storm. It can feel so depressing losing so many things, and because I've seen this obviously not only in just my own life, but even people I know, this happens to them as well. In the moment it can feel so hard, but that's kind of the whole point. You're in a storm right now, and that storm is just flushing out the earth of all the bad things, and the rainbow is on the horizon for you, and that rainbow is your blessings. So really, although it can be so hard, we just have to remain strong and resilient to make it through that storm. And when we can make it through that storm, the rainbow is coming brighter than you've ever seen before. And I feel like I'm getting a little preachy right now, but I just feel so strongly about this because I've had something like this. I know I gave kind of minor stories, but I have like deeper experiences in my life that really showed me the power of resilience. And I definitely feel like I'm a resilient person. And I've heard a lot of people say, oh, you know, I'd rather not go through struggles at all. And I used to feel that way before, but I started to think about it, and I started to think like, since I can't change the fact that bad things happen to me, bad things happen to other people, bad things happen in the world, I can't change those things. I have no control over that. That I've decided to just make those learning experiences for me. I've decided to make those empowering stories for me. I've decided to be on top of that and to not let it break me, because I can't change the fact that they've happened. Yeah, I would rather them not happen at all, but the type of world we're living in, it's inevitable. Bad things are gonna happen, so just don't let them break you down and allow them to make you stronger. And I know that this is something that a lot of people go through. And if this is something that resonates with you, feel free to leave a comment, feel free to like this video, even feel free to subscribe. It's 100% free, 100% free. And I have more content coming out for you, so stay tuned for my next video.